edition. We're going to start things off with one of our human labs, but let's start with this thought. You know, for families or families-to-be, the moment a woman finds out that she's pregnant is super exciting. Everybody starts talking about baby names and what color is the baby room going to be, where are they going to register for the baby shower. But then for a lot of women, morning sickness sets in, which, let me tell you, from what my friends tell me, it sounds awful. I mean, I don't like feeling nauseous ever, let alone feeling nauseous and pukey every single day, day after day, and that's the way you start your day. Well, we wanted to help out 3 of our viewers who also happen to be expectant mothers. Is there anything that can help them? That's the question we're asking in our human lab, morning sickness. Take a look.
Oh my God. I think I have to edit that.
Oh God.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
I'm just gonna get up for a little bit because the kneeling down is making me a little nauseous.
No, like you open the refrigerator and I think there is like, overall, anything can trigger me throwing up or feeling nauseous. It could be garbage, coffee, I know leftovers trigger. Yep, you want me to throw up? Just give me those crackers.
The nausea comes and goes, but there's times where I just have to go run to the bathroom and be sick.
As soon as I'm brushing my teeth, I know that it's going to happen. If there's something out there that I could try,
That would help me get through the day.
I would go dance in the street naked.
Well, we stepped in and gave Martha, Kristen, and Marta 3 different products to help solve their morning sickness sorrows. First, we gave Martha Sigh Bands. They claim to relieve nausea through acupressure.
For those who suffer from nausea, most commonly caused by morning sickness, pregnancy, motion sickness, travel, anesthesia, or chemotherapy. Place 1 band on the inside of each wrist. 2.5 fingers width above the center of your wrist. Crease between the wrist tendons. The placement is known as a Niquan acupuncture point. Sigh bands may be worn up to 48 continuous hours at the first sign of nausea. I like the bands. It's better than a pill or like some other kind of drug I have to take. And I like that I could just wear it underneath a shirt and no one will even know I'm wearing it. And let's see if it works. Okay.
We gave Kristen morning sickness soothers. They claim to provide an all-natural, drug-free way of easing morning sickness, nausea, and sensitivity to smells.
Nasal clips. Okay, that's interesting. A soft, flexible piece containing natural aromatics slips discreetly and comfortably into the nose to help ease morning sickness, nausea, and sensitivity to smells. You can't see it. That's pretty cool, but it's definitely not all that comfortable. But it smells good.
Lastly, we gave Marta Happy Mama Spray. It's an aromatherapy spray which claims to help relieve pregnancy nausea.
wow, it smells good. I didn't expect a spray. For pregnancy nausea, spritz onto your wrist and inhale. Or use on bed linens or in the air anytime you need a pick-me-up. I'm looking forward to trying Happy Mama Spray because I'm hoping that since different smells trigger me being sick, that maybe smelling this would be something great for me to do.
Helping us out with our human lab today, please welcome the author of Expecting 411, and we love her because she happens to be the doctor who delivered our buddy Greta's baby. She's OB/GYN, Dr. Michelle Hakaka. I know it's some big baby, huh?
Chunky little guy.
Oh, my goodness. Greta is so tiny. This baby, honestly, when he came out, he was half her size.
He was 3 months old, practically.
He was. He was like driving cars last week.
Huge.
So what percentage of expectant mothers suffer from morning sickness? Is it everybody?
Unfortunately, it's about 70% of all women. It starts around 6 to 7 weeks, lasts through the first trimester, and the funny thing is it's not really confined to the morning. I joke with my husband, who's also an obstetrician, and I say it must have been a term coined by a man who woke up in the morning, saw his wife ill, went to work, thought she was better, but really it lasts all day long, and for some women it's worse at night.
And I was just going to say, not only can it happen any time of the day, but it can happen consistently throughout the day.
It's like the movie Groundhog Day. Every day is the same thing.
It's the same again and again.
Right.
You know, and it's so miserable, as everybody knows, when you're sick to your stomach. But imagine how uncomfortable you are that you're pregnant. You could be several months pregnant, apparently.
Absolutely.
And you're sick at the same time.
Absolutely.
It's just a super drag.
Awful.
And can it lead to other things like depression and things?
Yes, certainly. I mean, you have the fatigue of the first trimester. It can lead to mood swings, and you're just not feeling yourself. I mean, I swore that I would never have any more children after my first one, and I did somehow. But it makes people depressed, absolutely.
So we gave all of our moms flip cameras so that they could chronicle their experiences with each of their human lab, well, I guess you'd call them devices, really. There's a smattering of everything in there. Let's see how our moms did. Check it out. Let's see if the side bands helped Martha.
It's about 1:15 and I was about to leave the house and I just threw up. I slept with the bands overnight. I didn't take them off and I didn't throw up. I wore the bands again. And this time, I was good until after breakfast, and breakfast didn't go so well.
Kristen's trying the morning sickness Soothers nose bands to help mask the smell of dirty diapers.
I have the peppermint in my nose right now. Today is my first full day. Here's my first little boy. And let's change this poopy diaper. Okay, good news, I don't smell the poopy. That's great, right? Woohoo!
It was very, very, very smelly. So put the orange soother in, and it didn't work. It didn't the peppermint one. When I was changing diapers, you couldn't even smell the smell of the bowel movement. And this time around, you definitely could. Now we're off to get Hudson clean, right? Yeah.
And we gave Marta the Happy Mama spray to mask odors that might trigger nausea.
I woke up this morning and used my spray, and I wasn't sick this morning, which is good. I'm actually nauseous right now, so I will continue to spray, and hopefully maybe that'll make a difference. Happy Mama spray did not cure my nausea, but it did come in handy during difficult moments. If I had to create a little emergency pack for pregnant women that are having issues with nausea, I would definitely include this in that pack. I'm very happy to know that there are companies out there trying to help women that are dealing with nausea throughout their pregnancy.
I feel for all of them. Please welcome all of our expecting moms, Martha, and Kristen. So before we get the final word from the ladies on these products, Doctor, can you explain what's going on physiologically? What is the physical reason for the morning, afternoon, or night sickness?
All-day sickness.
Yeah.
We think it's the cause from two hormones, basically beta-HCG, which is the pregnancy hormone. It's what causes your home pregnancy test to be positive. That triggers an area in the brain that causes nausea. The second hormone, progesterone, which is probably the bigger culprit, relaxes all the smooth muscle in the body. And since the GI tract is made out of smooth muscle, we get belching and nausea, vomiting, gas, and my favorite, constipation.
Oh, sounds like so much fun. Of course, in the end, it's worth it.
It's worth it.
Beautiful babies.
It is.
So let's talk to Marta first. We just saw you, Marta, going nuts with that spray. You're just going kooky, spraying everything. Have you ever used aromatherapy before, and ultimately, how did the product work or not work for you?
I really haven't used anything lately. When I tried this product, it worked at first, but it's like a momentary.
It was just an immediate.
Yeah, it wasn't a continuous relief.
Right.
So if you're having a really bad moment, it would be great to use, but it just won't. It's not something that would cure you of your nausea.
Gotcha. Doctor, what do you think about this?
I think the idea behind it is great. We know that citrus can trigger an area in the brain that will break the nausea cycle. And I've even had a patient who carried a lemon in her purse with her, and she would pull it out, and when she was nauseated, she'd scratch and sniff it. So it was probably just temporary because it was an aerosol. But in those moments when you really need it, it's probably a good thing to have.
Isn't that funny that citrus can do something like just the smell of citrus? Yeah. Of course, as in all of our human labs, we contact any company if there's not a, a rousing support for the product. We just think it's fair. Happy Mama is an all-natural spray meant to provide instant relief from nausea. Because it contains no chemical fixatives, it's not intended to last all night. It's meant to get a queasy mom through a rough moment. And the company has received great response from many satisfied customers, and it is safe, gentle, non-pharmaceutical, and they think it's a treatment that works for them. So to each mom their own, and thank you for your comment from Happy Mama. Up next, Marta tried the PSI bands, PSI bands, and this was based on acupressure, right? Yes. Yeah. And so I'm calling Marta's name. They're so close, though. Sorry.
I know, it's okay.
So you tried the PSI bands, and you liked that they were, again, chemical-free, no drugs involved, and that you could just hide them underneath your sleeves.
Right.
It seemed like you were happy with them initially in the tape. So what happened?
Initially, I was happy that I didn't have to, like, sit there and worry about a pill that I had to take or something like that, but I wore them. They were cute, comfortable, easy to wear, but they did not work for me.
What do you think of this one, doctor?
You know, traditionally in Chinese medicine, that is a very strong pressure point for helping with nausea. But for some women, it doesn't work. And some women actually have to move from acupressure to acupuncture to get any sort of relief. So for you, the pressure may not have been enough.
Right.
Once again, we contacted the company, and this is the company comment. The company says that they have received overwhelmingly positive feedback from their many satisfied customers who have benefited from the nausea relief provided by PSI bands. So maybe for some people, the acupressure does work.
Absolutely.
They emphasize that PSI bands are FDA cleared, drug-free, but as with most medical devices, effectiveness can vary by person and situation, of course. And I should point out that PSI bands were in our magazine, I think a little over a year ago, as one of our readers wrote in and wrote about it. It was a column we called Reader Raves. So we actually know somebody that, for them, they not only loved it, but wrote in and raved about it. So, I mean, there you go. I think it's just different as different as moms are different.
Exactly.
Okay, lastly, Kristen tried the morning sickness soothers. These are actually invisible strips that would go up inside your nostrils, right?
Yes.
It seemed like you really loved peppermint, but you weren't grooving on orange.
Correct. Yeah, I was given 3 different smells. I was given lemon, orange, and peppermint. And the peppermint was the last one that I actually tried, and I had such success with it, and I was so happy with it. I totally recommend it to every mom who is experiencing.
You loved the peppermint.
I love the peppermint.
This is so funny because we just learned from you citrus normally works.
The peppermint also can have that effect. Spearmint, peppermint. Pregnant women sometimes chew gum just to get that pepperminty taste in their mouth.
To get that flavor. That's fascinating, and that's what this is based on.
Right, and this may have worked a little bit better because it's not an aerosol and it's in your nose the entire time, releasing the aroma.
So, final tips for moms to be in general, or women suffering from morning sickness or afternoon sickness or evening sickness?
I think there are 5 big ones, and knowing that we're not going to make someone perfect, we're just trying to temporize things. So first is to eat small, frequent meals, 6 to 8 meals a day versus 3 big ones. Second would be to eat the second you wake up in the morning, so have saltines or pretzels on your nightstand and pop something in your mouth.
Yes.
Exactly. Third thing is to exercise, and I know you're nauseated and you're tired and that's the last thing you want to do, but really the endorphins that are released with exercise really help with nausea. Fourth thing is add some extra vitamin B6, 50 milligrams in the morning, 50 milligrams at night. Really helps for a lot of women.
What does B6 do that is helping?
Same kind of a thing. It breaks that pathway, and we don't fully understand why all of this is happening. We just know we get good results with the extra B6.
Girls, pick some of that up on the way home.
And lastly, if you're dying, call your doctor and get a prescription. We have a lot of things that can work. And, you know, completely off the record, you have to do what works for you. And for me, I know it was Taco Bell bean and cheese burritos with my first, and Cheetos and Coke with my second.